We start first and foremost by praising the King of Kings, the Master, the Sustainer, the Creator of the seven heavens and the earth, the one, my brothers, who gives life, the one who takes it, the one who makes, the one who breaks. And we send peace and blessings upon His beloved Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, our Habib, our Master, and our beloved teacher sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And my brothers, I remind myself and I remind you all to have fear of Allah Azza wa Jal, the fear that is most deserving. You know, my brothers, there are too many stories that one can mention about the love that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam he had for his Sahaba, and the love that they had in return to him sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Wallahi, my brothers, love that has never ever been displayed before. Love that no book, no movie, wallahi, no Hollywood, no Bollywood has ever displayed the love that these people had for one another. In fact, when the Quraysh sent one of their own to make negotiations with Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, khalas, dramas are happening now, and too much corruption, things are getting out of hand, wars are about to break out. So the kuffar of Quraysh, they sent one of their own to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam so they can make some peace deal. When he goes and he sees Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam with his Sahaba, he comes back to the people of Quraysh and he says to them, he says, I've sat with the kings of the world. He says, I've sat with the kings of the world. He says, I've sat with the emperor of Rome, and I've sat with the ruler of Persia, and I've sat with the big Arab tribes. But I'm telling you, O people of Quraysh, if he spat, they ran to pick it up. If he made wudu, they punched on. They punched on to see who was going to collect the droplets of water. If he gave an order, they would go to war to see who was going to fulfill that order first. I'm telling you, people of Quraysh, make peace with this man Muhammad, because his followers will never ever give him up. So even Kuffar realized the love that Sahaba had for Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He walks into the Baqiyah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This is the cemetery that's next to his masjid. Sahih hadith. He walks into the Baqiyah and the Sahaba with him. So he makes dua for the dead. And then he says, I long to see my brothers. So Sahaba asked, O Prophet of Allah, aren't we your brothers? What do you mean you long to see your brothers? But aren't we your brothers? Aren't we your boys? Aren't we your Qawis? He says, you are my companions, you are my Sahaba. My brothers are those who will come after me. They will believe in me that they've never seen me. And one of them would give up all of his wealth and all of his family just to lay his eyes on me. I long to see my brothers. Not I miss. Not, you know what, I would love. He says, I long to see my brothers. So one asked, he says, O Prophet of Allah, and how will you recognize your brothers? I mean, us, you know us. We're with you every day. But these people who you've never seen and they've never seen you, how will you recognize them? You know who he's talking about here? He's talking about you. The Prophet of Allah is saying, I'm longing to see you. My sister, the Prophet of Allah is saying, I'm longing to see you. So he says to them, he says, oh my companions, if you, look at the analogy he gives, he says, if you had a black horse that had a white face with white feet, and you lost this horse in a group of pure black horses, would you not be able to recognize your horse? So Sahaba said, the Prophet of Allah, of course, he's standing out, he's the only one with light. He says, I will recognize them on the day of judgment like you recognize your horse. The markings of wudu on that day will be glowing with nur, and that's how I'm going to recognize my brothers. How unfortunate for the one who doesn't make wudu. Wallahi, and I'm not here to tell you, Allah, what have you done? And no, I'm sure you're sick of it. I've said it too many times, you've heard it too many times. I'm here to tell you that your Prophet of Allah was longing to see you. Are you longing to see him? Wallahi, sometimes it's things that he does, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, it's beyond belief. He says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says, every single prophet was given a wish, a dua, a get out of jail free card. Every single prophet was given one. Any time, any place, any condition, this prophet pulls it out, lays it on the table, Allah answers. Doesn't matter where, when, how, why, when, no. He puts it on the table, things happen. Nuh says, oh Allah, I gave da'wah 950 years. Day, night, private, secret, open. No one's answering. Oh Allah, destroy, leave nothing behind. Water came from the heavens, from the earth, from the left, from the right. Left nothing. Isa says, oh Allah, save me from this. Pulls out the card, says, oh Allah, save me from this. Lifted him up and took him to the heavens. He says, every prophet was given this and they used it in dunya. He says, except for me. He says, I left my dua, I left my wish, I left my card. He watched Sahaba die in front of him. He couldn't pull it out. He says, I held on. Every one of his children died before his very eyes, except for Fatima. Everyone died in front of his eyes, yet he held on. In Uhud, he watched his uncle Hamza get mutilated. Not killed. He was mutilated, bruh. She ripped out his liver and took a bite. Sahaba said, we never see him cry like he cried for Hamza. Oh, Prophet of Allah, you have this card. وخلص بقى pull it out وخلصنا من العالم هذه كلها. Get rid of them all. He says, no, I held on to it. Who did he hold on for? He says, I left this card for the day I stand before Allah Azza wa Jalla. And I left it so I can intercede for my ummah. He says, I left this card so I can intercede for my ummah. My brother, when was the last time you thought about your Prophet the way he thought about you? When was the last time you cried out of wanting to see him like he cried for you? He says, I long to see them. I ask you, my brother, if Rasulullah was to see you in the condition that you're in, would he smile or would he frown? Would he smile or would he frown? Wallahi, my brothers, we only have very little time. I ask you, wallahi, this is all about you, between you and Allah. Don't move me. When was the last time you did an action that you're convinced if Rasulullah was to see this, he would smile, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? When was the last time you made dua to Allah that, oh Allah, make sure that I'm with Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? He's sitting in the masjid sallallahu alayhi wa sallam with, imagine, again, live the moment. I want you to live it. He's sitting in the masjid sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and it's night time, time for tahajjud. And in the back of the masjid there was a section there for Ahl Sufa. Today people tell me, Wallah akhi, brother, I'm doing a hajar kaz. You know why he's doing a hajar? Because he's not driving a C63, he's driving his mum's Corolla. That's why he's doing a hajar. These people were genuinely doing a hajar. Imagine in the back of the masjid of Rasulullah there was about 70 companions who didn't have enough money to buy clothes, not to eat while I go here and go there. No. They didn't have enough to buy clothes to cover their awrah. Imagine you're praying behind Muhammad in his masjid sallallahu alaihi wasallam and your awrah showing. Doing a hajar, bro. So he's sitting there. Rabi'a bin Ka'b al-Aslami. Remember the name? Rabi'a bin Ka'b al-Aslami. Authentic hadith. So Rabi'a says, I grabbed water for Rasulullah to make wudu. Live the moment, yeah, live it. Don't be entertained with the story. No, I want you're there, you're imagining there, I'm standing there with Rasulullah. So Rasulullah is looking at Rabi'a, he's putting the water, doing a hajar, no wife, no kids, no family, no money, no clothes, no nothing, bro, nothing to eat. So he says to Rabi'a, ask me, man. Rabi'a, make a wish. What do you want, brother? So Rabi'a doesn't waste a second. He says, O Prophet of Allah, I want your companionship in Jannah. Look where Sahaba were, look where we are. This is authentic hadith, huh? When I read the hadith, wallahi, it's almost like I feel like, this is my interpretation. I look at it and I think, because Rasulullah he asks him the question again, almost as if to say, Rabi'a, I'm asking about that, I'm speaking here, dunya, what do you want, Brahim? What do you want? You want a wife? Tell me what you want. So he asks him again, he says, Rabi'a, ask me, what do you want? He looks him in the face, he says, O Prophet of Allah, that's all I want, man. He says, that's all I want. What's driving you every day, my brother? Do you wish to be with Muhammad like your fathers wanted to be with him? Do you long to see him like he longed to see you, bro? Well, this is all my message is today. I want you to leave today and think, man, where am I? Really? Where am I? Inshallah, last announcement. For those of you who don't know, tonight is a fundraiser for Islamic Africa. And I know you guys have heard a million things and there's a million fundraisers, but this is the first fundraiser that I actually went out of my way to speak to the organizers and said, please let me be involved with you. Usually they call me to do the auctioning or no. This time I called them and I said to them, please can I be a part of this? Because you know how there's those rare things that only happen once in your life? This is it. Some brothers that went to Africa about 3-4 years ago, they started doing some dawah there. Now there's thousands of Muslims. And there's over 10,000 people that want to accept Islam, but the brothers can't keep up. Not wallah, we have to convince them, they're actually ready. They're actually calling the brothers and saying, please, our tribes, our people, our villages, they want to accept Islam. So anyway, so the brothers there, they bought some land and they've done amazing things. And we're not talking, wallah, buying a masjid 3-4 million. $12,000, you're buying land, building a masjid with a school in it for the whole community. So they bought this big land and they bought massive projects. They bought a massive drill that they want to start putting water wells in. And wallah, it's fantastic. For those who don't know about it, please get onto it. There's a brother here today, Ahmed. He's got tickets there. It's $50 a ticket, $50. Wallahi bro, I'm really honestly, imagine dying and standing before Allah and you contributed to something that changed the whole country. It's really happening. It's actually happening as we're speaking. Thousands of people are waiting to embrace Islam on standby. And for what? Peanuts. Wallahi, peanuts. The brothers there, who when they first started 4 years ago, they're showing me videos of those kids that they took 4 years ago. You don't understand? The parents are accepting Islam and then they're throwing their kids to the boys and saying, yeah, go do whatever you want with them. Now you see them reading Quran, يعني شو سديس. Wallahi, full on reading Quran with tajweed. Imagine here in 50 years, 60 years, imagine this in 100 years. Allahu Akbar. So inshallah every single one of you has an opportunity, and I'm sure this will be something that will make the Prophet smile, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So please, whoever wants to get involved, go and see Ahmed inshallah ta'ala after the khutbah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you all. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء والأموات. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reunite us with Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to put in our hearts what Sahaba had in their hearts for Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And we ask Allah Azza wa Jal to make us of those people who make their Prophet proud and who make Allah Azza wa Jal proud. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to not take our lives until He's pleased with it, until Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is pleased with it. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us from those people who will be in the companionship of Muhammad in Jannah al-Firdaus al-A'la. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of those people who the hellfire is made haram on them. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of those people who there is no accountability. We enter straight into paradise. We ask Allah to give victory to the believers wherever they are, wherever they're suffering. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide all of humanity onto the way of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Wa nusalli ala al-Habib sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.